This is Charles Caro of the Option Trader's Assistant, and today I'm going to talk about reports, reviewing your progress. It's very important in successful trading to always be monitoring and reviewing your progress, and we give you some tools to assist in doing that. I'm going to just run down the reports menu. All of the reporting functions right now are available on the reports menu up here, and there they are. I'm going to start with the trade history. And the trade history really is just a list of trades, and it actually includes proposed, closed, open trades, anything, any status like that. And it's a list by the trade ID number and the title, and you can click on the title here to go to the trade analysis or trade summary for that. If it's open or proposed, it'll be the trade analysis. If it's a closed trade, then this link will take you to the trade summary. And in the list, it just is the gain or loss and the status, and then you can edit. This is the raw editing page that is probably not too often used, and you can even just delete a trade from OTA. That has no effect on the broker. It just deletes the trade from our database. And if it's many pages long, like this, you can page through 20 or 25 at a time. And you also can filter the trades. And this filter mechanism works for most of the reports. So I will describe it. You can filter by account, and it lists all of your accounts and including paper trades. You can put a range of the opening date or the closing date. So if I want, for example, to look at all of my trades that closed in February, there we are. I've used it before. You just can pick from the calendar here what the dates are. And then if I click find, now my list is filtered to only include trades that closed, and it shows you here from February 1st to February 28th. Now I can also change that and get rid of these. If I want to look instead at the opening date, then I can say here, January 1st, let's say, and pick, it doesn't matter, some other date I'll show you. And so this is the range of dates for the date the trades were opened. And there they are. You can also filter by, let me get rid of these, name. If you name your trades in a particular way, if every trade that is a strawberry trade has strawberry in it, then you can say, I don't know if mango is in there or not. Well, there we are. So there's some trades that I use the name mango in the title of the trade, and so it filters just to show those. Or duration, if you want to look at only your short-term trades or long-term or whatever it is, this is the duration of the trades when they were opened. So if you open a 0 DTE trades, that's going to be that. Or if I just wanted to look at my 30 to 45 day trades as a group, I could put that in there. I'm not sure if, yeah, there's some. And see, these are 36-day broken wing butterfly, for example. You can limit it to a particular symbol or even a strategy. If you want just a look at all of your broken wing butterflies, then you can put that in there and filter on that. And now I'm getting only my broken wing butterflies that were 30 to 40 days to expiration and when I opened them. And further, you can filter by proposed, open, closed, or importing, and look at only live or only paper. And clear the filter, of course, goes back to just the raw list, which is, here it's in reverse ID order. The headings here, if you click on this, you see the little arrow here shows the sort order. So these are sorted in descending order of ID. I can sort them by title or by gain or by status. You just click on this, and now this will put them in alphabetical order, and all the apples float to the top. Put it the other way around, and the Z and X float to the top. And here it's the opposite, the ascending order by ID. And this filter just is, it applies when you use it, and you click find. The next report I'll talk about is the basic trade list report. Now, the basic trade list and the portfolio performance and the advanced portfolio performance, there are similarities among them. And the main reason they're different reports, they're different capabilities that are included in different levels of membership. So the premium membership includes the advanced portfolio performance report, and the basic membership, we have to look and see the exactly what's included in which ones. But the basic trade list report gives you a date range. You can choose between live or paper. You can pick whatever date you want here. It defaults to the current month when you come into it, but you can change it. And it has buttons here to quickly look at like last month, and immediately it puts in trades there. And this is live last month. There's nothing there. Let's try paper. A lot of paper trades last month. You can do month to date. That's the current month. Or year to date, starts with January 1st through the current date. And you see, as soon as you click on it, immediately it sets the dates and gives you the list. And here it's a slightly more information than was on the trade list, in that it has the ID and the underlying and the title, the date it opened and closed, the gain, the percent gain, and the capital dedicated to the trade. And the little magnifying glass, so it'll take you to the trade summary. And I've talked about this in other videos. The portfolio performance report gives you a little more information. It also has the year to date, month to date, and previous month, as well as pick your any date range you want. And it also includes this summary of the performance of your portfolio, the number of gains and losses, the average number of days in trade for the gains and for the losses and for the total, and then your smallest and largest and average gains and losses, and the total gains and losses over the period specified. And again, this can be live or paper. And down here, it's very similar. You've got the magnifying glass to go to the trade summary, the underlying, the name, the dates, and the gains. And then to go up to the advanced portfolio performance report. This is our best report, and it includes filters, as I just discussed, the filters. And here you can save a filter and give it a name so you can come back and use the same filter over and over again. And here, in addition to the list and the magnifying glass, it'll take you to the details of the particular trade. And you get the number of winners and losers and the average days in trades, smallest, largest, and average in total. And you also get all these success ratios here. And the success ratio, and each one you can click on the question mark and find out what it is. And this is also known as the win-loss ratio, the number of winning trades relative to the number of losing trades. And you would like to see this be a positive number, as close to 1 as possible. So that's the number of trades. The profit and loss ratio is the size of the average profit compared to the size of the average loss. And then the profit factor gives you the gross profit, the total profit of all your trades during the period, divided by the losses for the period. And then we also have the Sharpe ratio and the expectancy. Now, the Sharpe ratio is a risk-adjusted performance measure, and it is often used to analyze other kinds of portfolios, mutual funds or that sort of thing, or bond funds. And in option trading is more risky than bonds, so it's going to be a lower amount. But you can compare, and rather than trying to compare option trading to bonds, you want to compare within portfolios. It gives you a risk-adjusted number that you can compare, say, your performance this year to last year, or strategy changes, or what have you. And the expectancy, a lot of people studying risk management will look at expectancy, and generally you want the expectancy, and it describes how it's calculated here. You want it to be a positive. This particular group that I'm showing you here, it was not a very good time. And let me just put a filter here. So I have saved filters here. And as I said, you can set up a filter any way you want it, and you can even set the sort order here when you're saving it, and you give it a name, and you can change it and save it with the same name, or change it to a different name. And I have one here that looks a little nicer called example trades. As soon as you choose it, it recalculates. And this was a series of trades that are mostly short-term, 0 DTE, a lot of them. And it has a nice positive expectancy, which is what you'd like to see. A really good success ratio, win-loss ratio. So that means I've had almost three winners for every loss. You see the profit to loss ratio, the average profit and loss are very similar there. And that's if you have the same loss as gain, but you have 3 times as many gainers, that puts you ahead. And that's the good place to be. Once you have a filter, and a list of your trades here. The next thing you can do is take a look at them graphically. And here's the bar chart that shows the trades lined up, and the green bars come up here and it shows you their dollar amount of the gains, and the yellow bars are the dollar amounts of the losses, and they're all just lined up and you can see. And this looks nice having more green than yellow. And we can also look at the equity curve, and it carries the filter along as you go from one to the other, the list, the bar chart, or the equity curve. And the equity curve just stacks up, adds the gains and losses end to end of the listed trades. And there they are. So there was a gain and it came up, and there was a loss and another tiny gain and so on. It just stacks them one to the other. There's no unit of time. They're just one after the other. And finally, you can export. This doesn't look like much. If I click on it, it simply hands me a spreadsheet, and it was saved by the browser to the download directory automatically. In Chrome, it doesn't even ask you. It just saves it. In some browsers, it'll pop up and ask you to give it a name and where you want to save it to. And that is a spreadsheet that contains most of the information for the trades. And that is reporting.